Hello from Newport and the second running of what is the nation's newest and most exciting 26.2 mile race, the ABP Newport Wales Marathon. Put on by the same team that turned the Cardiff Half Marathon into a World Championship event, well, this event offers a chance to run faster than ever before, providing one of the flattest and therefore fastest marathon courses in the UK. And last year, well, over 70% of runners got a PB. Well, things got off to a stunning start this time last year with 10,000 competitors signing up across the marathon, the 10K and the family mile events. And well, this year we're expecting the same blend of elite competition mixed with first-time efforts and, above all, seeing that enthusiastic spirit all over the streets of Newport. After things start from here in the city centre, well, most of the marathon course will take place in the Gwent countryside. Normally a sleepy place, but maybe not today. As the anticipation builds, let's join our commentator Rob Walker for a look at what lies ahead.
We're really looking forward to this second edition of the Newport Marathon. The race starts along Usk Way, passing over the River Usk on the City Bridge, and then out towards the Gwent levels, pancake flat, and we've got good conditions today. Lots of spectators at Magor as they begin thinking about the second half of the race, winding their way back towards the heart of the city, and many might be on course for a PB. They make a quick turn at the Transporter Bridge, back over the Usk and into a well-supported start-finish. Conditions really are superb today. Thousands gathering.
7 months we've been training, so we're ready for it to happen now and just wanted to get going.
Let's see your face. Let's have a little reveal, Mark.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
The elites beginning to limber up. Scott Harrington in the centre of your picture there. Very good marathon runner. Adam Holland is a distance specialist, ultra runner. And Chris Byrd from Chichester, another man to watch.
I did Brighton a few weeks ago, but I wasn't well that day, so hopefully today will be a bit better. Hopefully sub 2:30 at least, so hopefully that will happen.
Months of training, the countdown is on, the weather is perfect, and there will be a great atmosphere for thousands at the start of the Newport Marathon. It's always such a feeling of relief when you actually start the race. Training has tapered. Legs are feeling fresh, ready to go. And in terms of those chasing personal bests, it could not be a better course. There's barely a breath of wind in the sky. Familiar sight at so many big marathons. The pacers, 3 hours, 3:30, 4 hours, all there to help these runners get the best out of themselves over the next few hours. Well, it's Chris Byrd setting the early pace. Ran an excellent half marathon in Barcelona in February. And Adam Holland just behind, the former England Athletics 50k champion.
Less than a month ago, I'd finished running John O'Groats to Land's End, 876 miles in 17 days. So I'm still recovering technically from that, but hoping to do well.
Well, a man of Herculean stamina. I wonder how much the fatigue will play a part towards the end. It's Holland in second, Byrd leading. Stunning view of Newport from these aerial pictures. And as far as the elite women's race is concerned, Carla Swithenbank just towards the right there with the pink shorts. And just behind her, Allow Bain-Thomas making her marathon debut. The white vest and green hoops of Swansea. Very, very good track runner.
This is my first go at the marathon, so I'm not, it's a bit unknown territory for me, to be honest. But I'm really excited just to have a go and see what it's like and see what the big hype is, because everybody says, even though the marathon's a very hard distance, everybody returns and does another marathon. So yeah, so it's nervous but excited at the same time.
Well, Bain-Thomas in second. Swithenbank, what an interesting CV. She's a former policewoman, a former international footballer for Wales, left Cardiff City Ladies when she was 21 to focus on her career and on distance running, and it's really paid off. As the best of the rest go over the iconic bridge in the very early stages of a very long journey. Matthew Chromic, the CEO of Go Compare, running in the familiar opera singer outfit. He's raising money for the NSPCC. Adam Holland, the early leader, youngest European to reach 100 marathons, did so by the age of 23. The loneliness of the long distance runner, well, he'll be used to that. Byrd in second, not too far behind, and at this stage quite happy to run his own race.
I'm hoping he's going to blow up.
Well, it's a pretty simple tactic, and there's a long way to go. But Holland looks comfortable at the moment with that long loping stride. This is Scott Harrington. 3 times he's been on the podium of the Yorkshire Marathon.
What's your game plan with the 2 up front?
Just leave them. Stick what's what I'm running out here. If they tire, then so be it. I'm just going to run at a pace that I'm comfortable with and just see what happens.
Well, another fairly simple philosophy, and amazing to see him running so well, because only last week he ran 2:30 in London.
Taking place alongside the main event is the Newport Wales 10K, and it really does attract the very best, with the winner last year going under 30 minutes to take that inaugural victory.
The male and female elite fields, pretty handy. That's Caris Hughes of Cardiff, and as far as the women's favourite is concerned, it will be Bristol's Charlotte Taylor-Greene, 34:40 in Brighton just last month. The men and women starting together. One of the favourites in the men's race just in the foreground, 4:01.4, Antel, representing Bideford. And just as is the case in the marathon, for many of the rest, it's a more leisurely journey. Very much enjoying the occasion and the spectacle here in Newport. Dan Rothwell leading for Swansea, Antel on the far side, and what about Matt Clowes, nearest the camera in the lime vest, arguably the other danger man here.
I approach the race the same every time I race, and that's to win. Whether I'm in shape or out of shape, I'll always go out there and try and win the race. So that'll be the approach, and we'll see what happens.
Well, Clowes is right up on the shoulder of Rothwell, but leading it's Antel as they head out onto the other side of the River Usk. Little group together. Charlotte Taylor-Greene has moved out front for a solo effort here in this women's 10K. She looks good at the moment.
Normally I'm a 1500 metre runner, but this year I'm stepping up to like sort of 10K on the road. So I did Brighton 10K a few weeks ago. Before that, my last one was a year ago. So the 10K is still very much a new distance to me.
Well, she's clearly getting to grips with 6¼ miles and doing so very well. Rothwell's been dropped. It's Clowes and Antel in the shadow of the Transporter Bridge. These two pulling away from the rest of the field. Fascinating duel unfolding. Meanwhile, the leader in the men's marathon with the distinctive style, Adam Holland, has reached the village of Magor, a hub of spectators for the entire day, and he still looks good. Byrd not too far behind in second place. A much shorter stride, but it's effective. Llynos Jones of Swansea Harriers is in third place in the women's race. Going well, but she's a mile behind her teammate Al Albanen-Thomas, who's up in second on her debut. She looks as though she's enjoying the experience here. Her first time at 26.2. And this time last year, that was the case for Carla Swithenbank, who ended up finishing third. She's improving rapidly over the marathon, and she has a sizable lead over Bain-Thomas. A minute up at 10 miles. But a lot can happen in a marathon, especially with 16 miles left to go. Great atmosphere here in Magor. Swithenbank not really taking too much time to soak up the band. An offer of a helping hand there at the drink station. Great race unfolding with these leading elite women. Plenty more drama to come. Heading into the finish then in the elite men's 10K. Matt Clowes in the lime vest, the bigger of the two figures. Antel from Bideford is hanging on. Now Clowes coming up onto his shoulder and past, and this is the point at which Antel needs to respond. But so far he can't find the extra gear, and the celebration and the showboating begins for the Cardiff AC man. Matt Clowes taking it in 29.43.
I thought Sean was going to have me, but if I'm racing around where I live now, and you know, I've got to win these races when they're local to me.
Charlotte Taylor-Green told us she's still getting to grips with the 10K races, but she's learning fast. Great win.
I just took it out. I'm an honest racer, I just go hard. And if someone comes past, they come past. It's just the way I run.
Rachel Felton came home for second place. Good running from the leading duo. As for the rest, certainly a day to remember and savour.
That's it, the titles are won in the 10K race, but in the ABP Newport Wales Marathon, well, we're still a long way off from finding out who will take the crown in 2019. Welcome back. Well, the winners have been crowned in the 10K, but the ABP Newport Wales Marathon is yet to be decided, and many of these runners are yet to reach that halfway point. But whatever your level, whichever way you look at it, it's going to get tougher with each and every mile from this point onwards.
Scott Harrington in a podium position in the men's race. He's comfortably into the second half of his journey, whilst the backmarkers are yet to reach 10 miles. Interesting development here at the front of the race. The long-term leader, Adam Holland, is beginning to rock and roll a little bit. Lovely touch of sportsmanship from the Tavistock man as Chris Byrd from Chichester comes through on his inside. This has been a nicely judged piece of acceleration from the Byrd man. And Holland has now got the grim task of hanging on here because Byrd does not show any signs of decelerating. Holland has had a fine run so far, but now things are going to get tough. Byrd has got his eye on victory. So too has Carla Swithenbank, running really well here. She's improved so much in the last 12 months. And clearly still very much enjoying the experience is Bainon Thomas in second.
The main target is just completing the race and enjoying it and thinking, oh, I want to do another one another time and possibly go in sub 3 hours.
Well, she's got good company here with some decent club runners to hang on to, but there's still a long way to go. And so too for those who are into double figures at Magor. The lead charity, NSPCC, amongst the cheerleaders. Superb weather and a race being run with a superb spirit.
Darth Vader, how's the lifesaver helping you?
It's helping to propel me so far, so it's all good.
Feeling good though?
Yeah, feeling good, loving the support back there, it's excellent.
Well, may the force be with him, and may the force be with Keith James, who has already run this very course 3 times. This is number 4, which would complete an eye-watering 100-mile challenge in 24 hours. Wow. Well, the crowd will play such an important role, and not just for Keith, but for every single one of these runners.
Oh, Keith, it's so good to see you. How are you feeling at this point?
I've been knackered, but what we about 87 in, something like that, or 86, yeah, so if it wasn't tired, it'd be something funny, isn't it?
Well, this was Keith around 3 o'clock yesterday, setting off from an empty start line in Newport for the first lap of 4.
Planning to do the first one in about 4.5, 5 hours, having maybe 20, 30 minutes break between each one when I come back to this point. the third one through the night, the early hours, going to be a problem because the fourth one I've got the people and the crowds and the other runners, and I think that'll drag me round the last loop.
What's it going to mean to cross that line? Marathon number 4 complete.
Oh, I just can't wait to get done. I just can't wait to finish.
An unbelievable effort from him and everybody, whether fancy dress or in normal gear. Still plenty of smiles.
You look fresh! It's amazing! It's beautiful, the weather is ideal!
And another man with a big challenge still out on the course is Matthew Chromic.
The tash is almost intact.
Well, I've got one side that's flopped, and you see, it's flopped one side.
It's a strong look.
Yeah, if I go both sides down, I look like a Mexican bandit, you know?
Oh, but you're in good spirits, feeling good.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm going pretty slowly, as you can see, but that's just...
I think I'm slowing you down. Blame me.
Thanks very much.
Well, a great attitude from Matthew and great support through Magog and all the other villages on the route. Carla Swithenbank still leading this elite women's race, making sure she picks up the vital hydration. She ran 3 marathons last year and improved quickly. Looking good here once again. Now, Beynon Thomas of Swansea, beginning to find this tough. We've seen her smiling for much of the course, but now she's into the last 6, and this is where it can really begin to hurt, especially when you're running on your own. And Adam Holland is hurting. We saw him being overtaken by Chris Byrd a little earlier, and looming large in the background with a much quicker stride is Otley AC's Scott Harrington. Checking his watch. So at mile 24, Holland is going to be overtaken. He's going to have to hang on for 3rd. Look at the speed with which Harrington has come past, and there's another sporting gesture from Holland, wishing his rival well. This is great running from Harrington, so consistent. He's run so well in Yorkshire over the last few years, and he clearly means business here. Byrd is on the bridge and closing in on a big win here. For the first time today, we see a few clouds in the distance, but nothing's going to dampen his moment at the finish line. Harrington's pulling away from Holland, who's getting slower by the minute. The relief and the glory of the finish line for Chris Byrd, taking this title, and in some style. It's a new course record for Byrd. What a run.
Got the win, that's all that counts, and course record, so happy.
And look at this smile and piece of acceleration. A little fist pump from Scott Harrington. He's absolutely delighted to come home in 2nd.
I managed to catch Adam on the last mile, but obviously Chris, fresh your legs. I'll have him on another day. But yeah, to run just, well, 3 minutes slower than London with 7 days rest, I'm not gonna complain.
Well, this is Gwilym Gibson coming home really well for 3rd. He's overtaken the very, very tired Adam Holland. Long-term leader, 4th today. Halal Beynon Thomas grinding out this last mile. This has been an experience she won't forget. It's a fine run. She's away and clear in 2nd, just making absolutely sure by glancing over her shoulder. No doubting the winner either. Carla Swithenbank, 3rd last year in 3:01, 1st this year in 2:45. What an improvement.
I had it like I thought, oh, I could win this, but I thought I wouldn't actually win it. Like, I just thought it's a possibility, but to actually do it, it's just like, yeah, I just feel like bouncing, like I didn't even know what to say.
Great run from her and a great finish from Beynon Thomas. 2nd place inside 3 hours. 3rd went to the smiling Francesca Rawlings. A well-timed finish for the athlete from Clevedon AC. Clynos Jones, another good performance from the Swansea Harrier in 4th. And her teammate Lutisha Thomas completed the top 5. Great running from all of them. The Family Mile focuses on the next generation of club runners, fun runners, and who knows, record breakers as well. Even pushchairs were allowed in this one. Something for everybody. Now, whether you say that's a dragon or a T-Rex, monsters big and small, out on the streets of Newport, thoroughly enjoying the day. Well, for those still grappling with 26.2 miles, the finish is edging ever closer.
Mark, you are so nearly there. How has it been?
Yeah, it's been hard the last few miles, but yeah, just the support from the other runners. Yeah, the musicians have changed the music to Star Wars music to keep me going, so it's been fantastic.
How much support have you offered each other on the course?
Amazing, she's brilliant, she's my brick. Yeah, she's got us around for St Peter's Hospice in Bristol. Over £1,000 raised, so bless everybody for supporting us, brilliant.
That's absolutely brilliant, congratulations.
Well, this second edition of the Newport Marathon has been brilliantly supported.
It's my first marathon. I've done sub 4 hours. I'm absolutely delighted.
Brilliant. All signs, placards, sweets.
Yeah.
Really excellent support. It was excellent.
Really enjoyed it. Really.
It's great Newport puts on such a great event. We did it last year and this year. Really enjoyed it.
It was amazing support from everybody around, actually. Other runners were so nice to me. That kept me going. It was great.
And at last, after 24 hours of non-stop effort, Keith James completes his own unique challenge, 104.8 miles in Newport.
The first ones, there's been nobody out on the course. It's been all my club members from the Lisbury runners who've been supporting me. But yeah, on race day, it's been awesome. Yeah, really good support.
Well, there's no doubt this second edition of the Newport Marathon has delivered in style.
Well, what a brilliant day it's been here in Newport yet again, with unforgettable scenes all over the course, out in the country lanes, the back here in the city centre. It's been absolutely fantastic. What an emotional finish for so many people. From all of us here, until next year, bye-bye for now.